I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our
Today we're
channel.
watching Rezero, Season 1, Episode 17. Last episode, I feel like I was taught something from each of the candidates.
Yes.
I don't know if Subaru was, but I was taught the art of negotiation, I feel, and what you should go into a conversation having in mind, you know?
You have to offer something. You can't just go in there expecting something for free. All you do is want.
Yeah.
Want.
And
You have the greed of a pig.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And there is one character in this universe that doesn't have any greed. Otto, my favorite character
Genuine
in ReZero.
angel Otto.
Yeah. Too bad that I think we're all dead right
Dead.
now. I don't know though. I toyed with the idea that
a whale? Why
maybe.
is there a whale?
We think it's a whale.
It looked a lot like a whale.
We saw the eye, we saw mist and smoke, and based off of context clues, we think that that's a whale.
Uh-huh.
That being said, there is a chance that everybody else died except Otto, and he got away with all of his fuel and belongings that he is.
To all the money for the fuel,
Yeah.
since he was worried he wasn't going to be able to sell it.
So if that did happen and Subaru wakes up again, I'm just going to keep in mind that there is another world, parallel, another universe somewhere that Otto is living well.
I just
happy.
hope that if we do have a restart, we remember, since we didn't remember about the white whale, we remember that Otto has an unusual amount of things that he doesn't know how he's going to sell and break even.
Yeah.
And we, again, buy it from him.
I agree.
Save Otto.
Save Otto.
From financial ruin.
AutoSave.
From financial ruin.
Ready?
Yes.
Sweet.
My stomach has started to, preemptively hurt going into ReZero episodes.
Okay.
Save Otto! Okay.
Otto saves us.
You brought up how we keep being shown the media.
Yeah.
The phone.
The whale. We have changed clothes because Crunchyroll shut down when we started recording, so we had to take a break.
Oh, I thought of something. So we've been trying to figure out what exactly Subaru could offer to the different candidates in order for their assistance.
Yeah.
We know that Krush was trying to collect a certain amount of iron or
That's
ore,
true.
and we have been able to make friends with Otto, who's a merchant, multiple times.
Yeah.
Maybe if we have a better price than that shady merchant that was at Krush's manor, or maybe Roswell's territory has a large amount of iron.
Yeah. And look, man, that's totally a possibility, but us thinking of that means nothing. It's all dependent on Subaru, figuring out what he should do or or coming to those conclusions himself. Jesus. Rem versus white whale.
Oh, rope snapped.
I'm sorry, but what are you gonna do? What are you supposed to do?
Targeting.
Yeah. Do you think it's because of Subaru's scent? Oh no.
Of course that's what she came up with.
Yes, you are.
Stop.
What does this mean? Because Subaru can't die now from that. Jeez. What?
Does it dull your senses or your memory? Does it have an effect on your brain?
It could just be Auto, you know? Some mark it's following. Ah.
They're still alive. Unless this is some messed up dream.
I don't think it is. Oh shit. I'm scared because we just like woke up here and... Oh fuck!
Not dead.
What the fuck is happening? I think I have a pretty good guess.
You were this kind of
weren't.
person
Oh my
before.
god. He's talking to himself. It's like caressing it.
It killed her instead?
What the fuck? Fucking battle geese.
Is it the unseen hands? That's bad. Bubby? It's Puck.
Alright, that was Rezero, Season 1, Episode 17. What the fuck, man? What the puck, man?
My face almost feels sore from being like what I believe was probably a permanent like scowl or upset disgust face for a lot of those 23 minutes.
I have so much to talk about. I have so many questions.
We should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
That's what this time's for.
Right off the bat, it was Puck.
Yeah.
Bursting out of the castle. What have you done to my daughter? What do you think you're doing to my daughter? I don't know what is about to happen to Betelgeuse. And I also don't know what's about to happen to Subaru. Because it's like, this show has me in a very specific spot of like wanting Subaru to die for a reset. And that's really fucked up to want my main character to die. But like, I don't know if he will because of the circumstances here.
I think that I don't have maybe enough proof, even though it was almost felt pretty clear. I don't know if I had enough like actually solid proof that Amelia's like actually dead. And maybe it's unconscious, a lot of blood loss, bad stuff happening, but maybe could be revived or healed. And I don't necessarily, no one like literally explicitly, like a doctor came up and was like, yep, she's dead.
Yeah. So like, I'm with you that like 80% of me is like Amelia's dead. that's what it wants me, that's what it's telling me, you know? That's why Betty sent us out here. But that 20% is like, well, Subaru didn't finish the statement of what Return by Death did. Last time when he didn't finish that statement, he felt physical repercussions that I think were like pretty close to death, if not death.
Just
but
like almost like an actual heart attack, I believe, feeling of like being squeezed.
I think that since
this time it was more like a
since the sentence wasn't completed, I think that leaves a small chance for Amelia to be alive. But that fucking caress was sadistic as hell.
I wonder if uttering those words is almost like opening a gate so that the witch can come through Subaru into Amelia. It was like almost like opening, like that was the way in to directly attack Amelia, was through opening a gate through your words.
Interesting.
And beckoning the hands.
So, question for you. Was this attack on Amelia, was it because Amelia is who she is that resulted in her, you know, like how you're talking about it, like the witch was able to come through and use that opportunity to directly attack Amelia because that's what their motive is? Or was it an attack against Subaru to hurt Amelia? Because like it could easily be both, because on one hand it could be Subaru like, I know your thoughts, I know what you're trying to do here, you don't care about what happens to yourself, so I'm going to attack something that's closer and more important to you than yourself right now, which is Amelia. Or it could easily be, oh, you're giving me my in here, I'm just like an arm's width away.
I think it definitely could be I like the idea of going with it being more of an attack on Subaru, mainly because in this episode alone, they had both lines and ideas and feelings of I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, and also I want to die, I want to die, I want to die.
Yeah.
And to put both of those in this episode at the same time, very contrasting like ideas and feelings for Subaru to have in his willingness to just end this life and start over. Is he running away? Is he not running away?
Yeah.
Would lead me to believe that it is on purpose here, that once he... And in that same way that Betty had what I would say is a negative attitude toward how Subaru was speaking about just kill me now. Like, there's almost like a disappointment there.
Yeah.
Of like being so ready and willing and okay with your life just being over. Like, if you just took out the fact that you can return by death, you should never be that comfortable uttering those words.
Yeah. I can't believe, like, to this point, like, every episode, I'm like, he's been through so much. He's so scarred. He's so tortured. And it just continues to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, it's past the realm of me being able to to theoretically put myself in this person's shoes. Like,
past the point of where I could imagine how to fix
his
relationships, mental, especially like with this episode when he walked into Amelia's room. I don't know why, I just figured, oh, we're done with how Subaru had been acting since, like, episode 13. We're done with that. Like, we're going to come past that. Because, you know, it's not every day that you watch a show that they would, like, stay in that mindset for so long. Like, I almost just assumed, like, okay, is it over yet? Like, are we going to get we get a line from Amelia that's like, you weren't this kind of person before. And I'm like, what is Subaru going to be? Is he going to be more like who he was before? Is he forever changed and forever the way that he is now? What are they doing with this character? Because it's breaks and subverts what my expectations of what they would do. Like, they're lingering so much longer than I expected.
Okay, and I agree with you to a point, because I was in the same boat of how long are we going to go down this path? But what I feel like I'm thinking now is that it's almost like a cumulative effect in the sense of this is every thing that has happened to Subaru is stacking on itself to the point where Subaru is forever changed. If he ever comes close to what he was like before, it will be by going through and trying to deal with everything he's been through. There is not a reality that he can just act like it didn't happen. Like, that's what I meant by, like, I'm having trouble putting myself theoretically into this fictional character's shoes more than ever now, because it's like, he's experienced so much loss, grief, and torture, physically and mentally, that the state of his mind, like, I can't, I don't even know how he's, like, breathing right now.
Mhm.
Like, to be able to get to the other side of this would require somebody as strong as we've seen Subaru be in the first, half of the season. But to actually get there, holy shit, man. Like you're broken. What do you do? He had this great line to Amelia, where it really felt like so it came after him saying, like, I don't want to suffer, I don't want to cry anymore, just do what I say. And every time that I've gotten frustrated with Subaru in the past few episodes, I'm beginning to get frustrated at myself for feeling that towards him, because it's like, what the fuck are you like, I'm sitting here not going through this shit, but like, and it's easy to be like, well, why aren't you explaining this? No, like, he's been through so much fucking torture and has seen what's to come, that when he's like, just do what I say, like,
the writing is definitely super, for what the viewer is supposed to be feeling. Like, you're really, like, hitting it right now, of like, we are almost like, oh, Subaru, I'm frustrated with you. But then there's this introspection of, like, us thinking about it ourselves. Like, oh my God, we're frustrated with this character that's going through things that we can't even possibly imagine actually living through ourselves, and how we would literally feel. And it's so on purpose to, like, feel this frustration with him, or upset at what he's saying, upset at how he's acting, and then to, like, have to call ourselves out a little bit of being like, it's honestly, him having any amount of breakdowns is totally valid and not crazy. And it really, the messing with my expectations in terms of, like, is he going to continue to act this way? Am I going to continue to be frustrated with him? It's honestly really, really, really interesting.
So, like, I've never seen the movie Groundhog Day, but I have seen a video with a similar premise that is by a YouTube group, Chris and Jack. One of them is the voice actor for Sokka from The Last Airbender. Amazing videos. And in that whole idea, one of them has been experiencing, like, the Groundhog Day type thing, reliving that day. And, like, in the first iteration of it, they're very, like, that you see, they're very cheery, right? They've been through all of this things. They know what to expect next. They're at
confident. That they feel confident because I know what's going to happen. I can do the best way
they're at the end of the road, almost, and they've tried everything. But if you think about what they've probably been through, and all the fucked up, like, iterations of that day that has happened to get to that final point, like, that's what people don't consider. And think about how many fucking mistakes you're going to make, whether intentionally or not, like, having to relive through that moment every day. Like, it's God.
Currently, the viewer wants relief for Subaru, and it really hurts when you actually think about how the fact that is not even possible for this character, for this ability that that they've been brought into this world having, of return by death, that he will never actually have relief, because the next thing is just going to happen. After this resolves in whatever way, there's another thing. There's another obstacle in the road. What did Betelgeuse said? Something about the half devil just tripping over a pebble in the road. And it's like almost like he's talking to Subaru there. Like, this is just like almost like he's saying to Subaru, this current life loop that you're in is just a pebble in this like long road of obstacles.
The reason why I felt like there was a pretty okay chance that they only killed or almost killed Amelia here was just to get, like, just to further torture Subaru, is because I thought Subaru has been through plenty watching all of these people die, but the second that you wake up and tell him that his entire memory of a person is gone, that is when I'm like, whoever put him in this world is the cruelest motherfucker, like, of just wanting to watch somebody be tortured.
They're trying to make, I almost feel like he's being molded into being something. I did wonder if he was being molded into being a finger, and to be messed with in a way that is to, you're being given Betelgeuse, I think that's how it's pronounced.
Betelgeuse.
Talks about how he was given love. He was given the unseen hand, and that
by
is
love.
by love.
Mm-hmm.
Subaru was technically given something by what I assume is the same entity, and is that in itself what he has been gifted, a blessing he's been given by love? And he's being, I mean, Betelgeuse is a very twisted individual. How did he get that way? Was he always that way? Was he given this gift by love and then somewhat tortured and twisted into being what we see now on the screen?
It's a good question, but
how else better to break someone down so that they become your puppet than to completely shatter their will?
Yeah, you're 100% right. But in terms of like what we've seen, it just feels like Subaru's like extra targeted, you know? Like, I don't know.
Like, targeted on purpose to make him continuously die. You are the reason these people are dying because the mob beasts smell you and they're coming after you.
I wanted to get into that side of things in the episode, but beforehand, I just want to read this for Subaru talking to Amelia here and seeing his reflection within her eye.
No.
It won't work. It won't work. Camera, like bird's eye, you'll fail. You can't do it. It's no use. You're all talk. You can't save anyone or be saved. You'll keep acting rationally until you see as many corpses as the number of your reckless decisions. Holy shit, that is your future. Why? And it's like he can see the reflection of himself. Okay, am I off base saying that he's talking to himself there?
Mm-hmm.
But that's like a huge, like...
No, I don't think you're off base saying that he's talking about himself. Sorry.
Yeah.
I said, but then I realized that might...
That, like, him saying this stuff out loud, obviously he's put through more torture after he said this, but saying that out loud is huge for him, I think.
What did Ram say when he woke up? It was like that he was putting something to the side. He was putting something off. He was like trying to avoid dealing with something. And I wonder, obviously I think the lines in the show are very purposeful.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like figure out in my critical thinking brain that is currently turned off because of this episode and Rezero and what it does when I watch it, trying to figure out what I would interpret what he'd be putting off is. Because it's not like saying what is going on with him is something that he's putting off per se, because he can't necessarily do that without harm happening to him, and now we know others.
Yeah.
So what is he putting off? Putting off getting out of this mindset and having the will to live again? What are we trying to say to the viewer and to Subaru with that line? And I think you're looking for it.
I can't find it anywhere.
I'm pretty sure it was like the last line she says to him before he leaves.
I'm always serious. Can't be.
It was somewhere in there.
No such person.
It can be hard to find things when you're clicking around.
Yeah. But I'm not sure. It's a good point. If what are you putting off then?
We get all these ideas, putting things off. There's like a little thing that you're avoiding. Pebbles in the road, running away. And I'm like, what are we trying? In the same way that I was trying so hard to figure out what he could do to convince the candidates to help him, I'm also sitting here now trying so hard to figure out what he can do to heal enough to be capable
Well,
enough to fix things.
I think what he said to Amelia was a step in the right direction of healing. Like that awareness
Calling
of
himself
himself.
out?
Yeah. I think
I
was
think
the
that's a
first
good
step.
point.
Yeah, granted he got fucking tortured after the fact too.
But
Okay.
like it's a good point because he'd been continuously saying like you needed me. I saved you. It's
Yeah.
because of me.
So we were given, I want to like switch, lanes real quick to go over the white whale.
Okay.
We were told that they were targeting them,
Mm-hmm.
the carriage of Rem, Otto, and Subaru, and that led into the moment where Rem sacrificed herself and saying that she felt that she was born for this moment and that she would forever be watching over Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
Where we've come now and woken up now, I'm slightly terrified that we have a new save being woken up in this room with Ram. I hope that's not the case, but we have to put that out there that's a possibility, right?
And that the memory of Rem, in the way that Subaru used it as a motivator to enter Amelia's room, that would just be what Rem's purpose is this person, like he can't tell the truth of what goes on with him. No one else remembers this one giant motivator in his life, this person that he will never forget.
But
just like all those lives that
so
he lived.
but like what I'm saying is that there's that possibility that we'll never be able to go back.
That's true.
That's terrifying, and I hope that I'm wrong. The white whale was said to have killed the first master swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
That's also terrifying, and I'm just gonna choose not to live in the world that I believe that's true because I don't know how we'd fix it. But most importantly, we learned that the white whale was a mob beast.
Mm-hmm.
That is massive information. We probably were told before, and I forget, and I apologize for that, but that is huge to me, because that, as well as the unseen hands being seen by Subaru, these are all huge connections to the witch and what their powers or ideas or motives in this world truly are.
And I think it also, being reminiscent, we get mention of the Algrim attack on the village. And we know that barrier had been broken somehow or weakened somehow. And for the white whale to show up so close in Roswell's territory could definitely be like a what's the word? Not a trick, when someone tampers with something,
Yes, like them arriving at the same time as the white whale, you mean?
Just that the white whale could even be there, maybe so close in Roswell's territory. I'm sure Roswell has barriers in place and protections in place for his territory.
But it seems pretty suspicious that these people are the fingers, like they're showing up at the same time as the white whale, right? Yeah. As a mob beast.
Because it also keeps people from traveling in to protect the village or to save Amelia if they are able to figure out what's going on.
Now, right after we were told about it being a mob beast, we got the "Who is Rem" line. My first instinct, was okay, demon, something with that, something weird, and then I'm immediately like, no, that's stupid. Last episode, after the other carriage rider was eaten, Otto responded with, "What other person? There wasn't any person beside you."
Mm-hmm. Oh, so, yeah.
Therefore, I'm thinking that it has to be it has to be directly correlated to the white whale's abilities, and when somebody is killed from the white whale, they are not only eradicated or killed in that world, but they are taken away and taken out of everybody's memories.
Cease to have ever existed. That's so
which
dark,
genuinely
that's so dark.
That is the reason I'm most concerned that we have a new save right now, because if that's the case, then I'm worried that Rem will have never existed or will continue to cease to exist, That is scary to me. It has to be something with the white whale's ability, right?
I agree with that.
I hate it. I hate it, but I laughed and loved that Otto just threw Subaru off that cart. I didn't expect it. That was
It
insane.
made sense to me that a person would react that way. If you found out that you were harboring the thing that killed a master swordsman,
Yeah.
like, if you realized that you had that target in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
carriage, I would say probably a lot of people would have made a decision like that.
Do you think that Subaru truly was the target? And if so, do you think that it's a coincidence or just like it, Subaru is so insignificant to the white whale that the white whale wasn't 100% on making sure Subaru was dead? Or what are your thoughts in that regard?
So, my thoughts are probably more along the lines of it's curious to get closer to Subaru because of Subaru's smell or Subaru's seemingly the love that has been bestowed upon Subaru.
Yeah.
And as a mob beast, it was drawn to that, but not necessarily in the way that it wants to eat Subaru or kill Subaru. So if
Yeah.
anything, it was just a tactic to cause more harm and stress and injury to Subaru and fear.
Yeah. I I think that if I had to like hedge my bets on Amelia's life this episode, I'd say that she's dead. Like, if I'm thinking the other episode when we had what I assume to be Puck bursting out of the castle, that I would think is probably Puck's original form, just like this would be, right? Because we got that line from Betty saying that Puck didn't die, or he won't die, he will just revert to his original form. And it seems a little more, I don't know, hard, like a little more like
Not as
terrifying.
cute and cuddly and ticklish as Puck has been since the. I mean, I remember within like the first couple episodes, we get giant Puck, and that's who Subaru is sleeping on the lap of, and I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about imagining that this Puck in the sky is actually very giant, because to me, he's in the sky.
Oh,
He
he's
looks
not giant
tiny.
yet.
So yeah, but I don't want to see him like super giant. I'm kind of scared for that.
We kind of saw the silhouette.
Yeah, and I'm scared to see it not as a silhouette,
I still
but
think
as
he's
a
cute and
detailed.
cuddly, even as his big monster form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But daughter,
Yeah.
you had said it that you thought that was Puck, and I was like, no, that
We had
wasn't
another
Puck,
line
and
that Puck said something along those like terms.
I know, and I feel like I was trying to convince myself that he was just like my daughter in this like fun game of playing with Subaru and how he was, oh, I'm protective of her. Oh, you better
Yeah,
be
yeah.
good to her, my daughter. I was trying to convince myself that it was a playful charade with Subaru and not something that I would find harder to comprehend, like
Yeah.
that Puck is the dad.
I don't know if it's like symbolic. I don't know if it's like it's supposed to be taken literally. I don't know yet. I have no idea
They
how
were
to.
referring to her as half devil,
Yeah.
which I found an interesting choice of words where I thought these were the witch's people.
Mm,
And I'm like, would they call the witch a devil? Maybe that's like an endearing term to them.
The fingers are terrifying, dude. I loved Betelgeuse's reaction to Subaru seeing the hands, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was awesome.
He can see love's gift, is what he said.
It has to be just from the Return by Death gift, right?
Mm.
It has to be just.
And the hands are the same.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The caressing was so
Ugh.
terrifying, dude. That's more terrifying than like going for the kill.
I don't know how to handle whatever is to come. Like, this is, like I said, we're lingering in these emotions and feelings that I didn't expect to be lingering in, and I now have no clue how long. I'm almost like feel like I'm in an endless tunnel that I have no clue when the light is going to show again.
Mm-hmm.
To great effect. It works. It's working. The effect is happening
tortured.
to me.
Yeah. I like it though. I love it. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.